Hello, we are joined by Heretics who are coming off of their match against G2. We'll begin with questions from the remote media, first going to Strafe.
Thank you very much. Hello. Yep. First of all, commiserations on the loss, guys. I wanted to sort of focus on where you guys were at your peak in this series, which was obviously Ascent in 11-2. I know this is probably a sensitive topic right now, coming off that loss, but we saw G2 start clawing their way back into the game, and it sort of reached the panic territory as they sort of closed down the scoreline. And we know how important it is the way you close out a map, like sort of the end of it. So did you guys feel pressure to close it out? When did the alarm bell start ringing for you guys?
You want me to take it?
I can answer.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, the closer it goes, the more worried you are that you don't have that many chances. But at the end of the time, whatever, like you just play around. So every single round you played with the same goal to win it, to get to 12 and 13. So I think whether it was like 11-2, the Antigua that we lost, or like some other rounds, like in my opinion, they were the same.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there any other questions for Team Heretics? Heretics, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you. Wait, that's it? Oh shit. Okay. Thank you.
Check, check.
Hello.
All right, here we go. We are sitting down with G2 who are coming off of a long victory against Team Heretics. We'll begin with remote questions first and then move to any on-site questions. We'll begin with Strafe Esports.
First of all, congratulations on the win. It was a great comeback, especially after the two st- two two maps where you were in a disadvantageous position and then just came back. First of all, one first question has to be about the Icebox map pick. You have been struggling a lot on Icebox. Last few times you guys have played have ended up in you losing the map, despite it being a stronghold previously for you guys. What do you think has been going wrong with the map?
Think Icebox is a tricky map where sometimes it's hard to stop certain tactics regardless of the comp that you play. So I try to change the comp that to something that could probably stop like what T1 did to us. So that map, although it was a loss, it really came down to relative inexperience playing the new comp, um, dealing with the pressure that they would apply to us, especially with the Jet, and just making sure like we make the right decisions. And if you watch the tape, like there's moments where we could have won those rounds, but like our spacing and trading was bad. So like the fundamentals and the macro like needs to be cleaned up a little bit, I think. But that's we have time to fix that.
Yeah. Can I ask a follow-up question?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, after the Icebox loss, you always obviously it gets to Ascent, and you go down 11-2. What was the discussion like during the halftime that you guys, so that you guys can come back and force a third, not only force a third map, but win Lotus convincingly?
Well, we always like believe no matter what, like despite the scoreline. Um, like we knew that like if we just get this round and then the next round, like one round at a time and just uh really get our fundamentals, our micro and macro comms like really up to speed, just play for each other, good things will happen. And so next thing you knew, like no, like we were tied and like we saw like we can just close it out from there.
Yeah. Thank you. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Can you guys like walk us through what's going on during that comeback? During that comeback, who's on the comms, kind of holding the mental of the team together? Like what's going on?
Well, I think that we started off with saying G210 because that's when we first started this team or like joined G2, we had a 10-2 lead against Sentinels and we lost that. So then the meme became G210. So I probably said it. I think a couple of us said it, just to make us laugh. And like Josh said, it's just one round at a time. And then once it gets to like 11-6, 11-7, like that's when we know we're making this comeback and we're just gonna use that momentum into Lotus.
Looking ahead a little bit, how do you guys feel about playing in the Mercedes-Benz Arena?
I mean, it was definitely my first goal coming to Shanghai. Like my first goal when I came here was I want to get into the arena. And now that we made it, I'm just eyes focused on winning the whole thing. So feels, I mean, I don't know. It feels very exciting, of course, but my eyes are just locked in on lifting that trophy.
If you guys had to pick anybody to play in the finals, who would you want?
100 Thieves.
100 Thieves. All America's finals.
Yep.
That'd be sick.
Nice. We'll go next to Nerditude.
Well, first of all, congratulations. It was a match that I suffered and enjoyed like you won't believe. My question is for Bali and Josh if he wants to add something. It, I like to know what the mindset and the call were during that 11-2 to make that combat happen.
I mean, personally, I feel like we all have pretty strong mental, and we had our comeback in the group stage here versus T1, so we know anything is possible regardless of the score. On top of that, we've always had a lights out defense on Ascent specifically. So once we started picking up the comms and round by round, just inch by inch, trying to get that comebacks like starting, it felt pretty easy. Like we just did our thing. We didn't have to do too much or do too little. We just really just did our thing, and it was working. They couldn't stop us. We just had great cross map communication, some big site holds from Leaf and Trent at B because they're trying to just rush B and disrespect B, but they held the fort down. So big shouts to them. Also, Jonah P like ran out heaven and got a 4K that saved the game. Everyone just had huge individual moments when we needed it, and that's how you just completely shut out a team. It felt pretty easy.
Thank you so much.
To add to that, like it's easy in the sense that like once you're in your game, in your own flow state, like you don't really think too much. You just really, it's literally just round by round. I know it's a cliche, but you just think about like what's our next play, what are they gonna do, and you just like anticipate. And so, like we got playmakers on this team. No one's afraid to do anything. So, like I'm just happy to watch that unfold.
Is that something that you guys train for leading up to these matches, like mental resilience? Is
Yeah, I mean, it was a big focus for us. Like kickoff told us, VCT kickoff told us like, oh, this might be an issue for us. Like we're crumbling under pressure, like we lose leads. And so like a big focus, including like getting help from a performance coach, just having the tools, mental tools necessary to like just stay in it, you know. And it, we're not like shying away from the bright lights now. We understand it's just a game and it's all within our control and just control what we can control and results speak for themselves.
thank you. We'll go next to Strafe Esports.
This is to Valen, Jonah, and Trent. You guys have been together for a while, starting from the guard, qualifying for your first international tournament, then running it back through the ascension, and now qualifying for Shanghai and getting your top best placement yet. It is not just for all three of you, but also for the rest of the individuals in the team. This is the best international placement you guys have achieved yet? I mean, obviously you have ways to go. I mean, tournament to play, but can you still reflect on the journey you had, which has been insane?
I mean, for the core of the team, like we went through hell and back to get in this position in the first place. So it's not a shocker to me that we're able to do some damage internationally, make comebacks happen, battle through adversity. Like we really went through a lot in the last 3 years that we've been together. And we never gave up on each other. We always tried to push through hard times, have our great moments like winning Ascension, getting here. And it was just a matter of time. Like we knew if we just keep sticking to our roots, keep our mental of, trying to just get better every day, help each other get better, like be critiquing on each other. And eventually our time would come because we're good players and we're a good team. And I would say just rounding out the roster with Icy and Nate just felt really good as soon as we got those pickups. And on top of like our coaching staff here, getting Josh and Shaq, everything just feels really good here. It feels like the core is able to teach our new players how we want to play. They take in what we want, add their own flair. Like this guy's just an outlaw abuser. Like that's insane for us, right?
Yeah.
Everyone adds their own flair to the team, and we just kind of brought the culture, or we kept the same culture throughout the years. And I just think it's a winning culture. So I'm not surprised that we're here.
Yeah. Anything you guys want to add, Jonah, Trent?
Something small, like I wouldn't want to do this with any other team, any other players. I'm grateful my like Trent and Valance still trust me all this time. I always trust them, and it just proves like how much like team chemistry we have, that it just works out in the end, and just staying together and just building a foundation is critical for a team, and that's what we did.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any more questions for G2? G2, congratulations on your victory. We'll see you at the arena.
Thank you.
Thank you.